we're going to kind of turn toward on this Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, our kin, our First Nations kin, the Indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere. I think about this in the context of Africans who are from the continent of Africa or from places where African people are the majority. Haiti, Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, you name it, all the countries in Africa. The indigenous people of any place are not just from that physical place, they are from an unbroken genealogy of cultural meaning making. So let's get into this by using the indigenous people, because the people of Africa are indigenous to the continent of Africa. Well, the people of the Western Hemisphere who are indigenous to this continent, the whole hemisphere, well, those people are in mourning this week. They were in mourning on Thursday, so-called Thanksgiving. You see, this is a beautiful children's book. Kipunumuk, Wiachumun's Thanksgiving story. They tell the story of the first so-called Thanksgiving, but they tell it from the people. You ain't got to beat people over the head. Who are we to each other? We want everybody to buy this book on Thanksgiving. And let us tell you about Thanksgiving. This book here, the animals talk to them. Wichamoon stretched her weary ears toward the sky. Who are these new people? Remember, Wichamoon mean corn. The three sisters, beans, corn, squash. Are they people? They are spirits, every living thing, ways of knowing. You want a children's book for African people? We were not born on the water. 2 winters have passed since many of the first peoples who cared for Wichamoon passed on to the spirit world. Those who were not taken by sickness found new homes to ease their heavy hearts and rebuild their lives. Wichamoon feared this winter would be her last. Corn called upon Fox for help. Fox looked up at Wichamoon. Should we trust these newcomers, he asked? Stay close and watch what they do. Corn telling the Fox, these white people, I'm scared. Why? Because they don't know what they're doing. You see, in Wampanoag, you plant the three sisters together and they nourish each other and the soil, and you don't have to keep burning stuff and the soil don't go fallow. That's how you farm. Europe, clear off all the land, burn shit, and just plant this here, plant this here, plant this here. They looking like, what the hell science and technology is that? That is what you do when you don't know what you're doing. Corn is nervous. So Corn talked to Fox. Fox said, should we trust them? Corn said, just watch them. So fall turns to winter. Wichamoon and the other plants fell asleep. Fox watched the newcomers come ashore. He watched as they made their way into the forest. He watched them enter an abandoned Wetu village. He watched them take a cooking pot and a basket of Wichamoon seeds. Don't take us away, the seeds cried. We're waiting for the first peoples to come back in the spring to prepare our beds. We must grow first. But the newcomers could not hear the seeds. Their ears did not know the voices of the land. Now here they are now, having torn up the whole damn world, talking about renewable energy and sustainable energy and clean energy. You wouldn't even have to do that if you could have heard the voices of the land. We'd have a different kind of technology. And no, I'm not talking about an Afro-futuristic Wakanda, which is not real. I'm talking about the literal ways that humanity have been in the world for millennia trying to figure this out. As Karen Hunter said, you centered it before. I love this because it's just a children's story, but every line got the indictment, but not. And so then what happens is, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'm just going to go and say, at this point, the Fox, winter turns to spring. Fox returned to share what he had seen. He telling the first people, here go Fox telling them. Fox say the newcomers are hungry, Fox told the three sisters. They took Wichamoon seeds, but they don't know how to help them grow. So then the animals have a meeting. Should these human beings help them crackers? Excuse my French. Here's where the trouble starts. Because the humans listen to each other and they listen to nature, and the animals had a meeting, and the animals said, you know what? Fox said, I wouldn't. I'll read this page because it's quick. Other animals came to hear what Fox had to say. We should help, Wichamoon said, the corn. I agree, Bean said. Our home is their home now. I think we should too, said Squash. People help us grow. We must help, Deer said. We agreed to feed the people. In return, they care for the homes we share. See, the animals and the crops thought that these people were like the people they were dealing with. Fox been watching the whole time. Fox said, I wouldn't. The newcomers don't know our world. Lord have mercy. Sometimes the new people can seem scary, Rabbit said. The Creator tells us to help all living things. This is how the world works. Yes, Duck and Turkey agreed. It's settled. Poor Turkey. Turkey should have said. Anyway, it's settled, said Weechamoon. We will send the first peoples to help the newcomers. This is the story they tell in their culture. It's the story of ingenuity and survival and grit, featuring Julia Roberts. No. This is human beings in a way of knowing that incorporates all of the universe, extending out to these people who have forgotten their way after having migrated out of where they came from, how to do that. And so they go on. The first people listen, then they go out and help these people, and then they eat. They come together. They had a harvest. The people come. The first peoples come over here. These people who they didn't save because the corn and the animals told them to, and they came and did that. All this talk is making us hungry. And what happened after that? You know what happened. They talk about it then at the end. In fact, they then go through how they tell stories, narratives. They tell you the different groups that are there. In fact, they say about the Wampanoag tribes, the Mashpee Wampanoag people live in Cape Cod area, Massachusetts, call themselves people of the first light. There were 69 Wampanoag tribes, not just one name. Yoruba ain't all the same people. Igbo ain't the same people. Who are these people? There were 69 of those groups living in southeastern Massachusetts at the time the newcomers arrived. These settlers included religious separatists, later known as pilgrims, and traders who were the first to colonize the Wampanoag homeland. Colonization is when a group of people take land by force from another group to permanently live there and control resources. Colonization had a devastating effect on all First Peoples. Today, the state of Massachusetts is home to only two federally recognized tribes, the Mashpee Wampanoag and the Wampanoag tribe of Gay Head, the Aquinnah. It talks about the storytelling tradition, the Wampanoag feast, and I'm going to end with this one. I love this one here. Try, it says, a Wampanoag tradition of giving thanks. For the Wampanoag people, guardian spirits take the form of animals and plants, like Weechamoon, the corn, to watch over human beings. The Wampanoag people honor guardian spirits as well as loved ones who have left this world. Before special meals, they make a plate of food for the spirits to eat and place it outside. Try making a spirit plate at your next gathering in gratitude from plants, animals, and ancestors. Take a pinch of each food served at the meal and put a plate in a special place outside. When you make a spirit plate, think about people you love who have passed on. You can give thanks to plants and animals and make good wishes for others. It's a form of libation. It's a form of ancestral shrine. They pinched off everything and then put an ancestor plate to practice. You get ready to eat, you put a little something aside for the ancestor.